Hello, my name is Data. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the positive response on the previous video on the rebuild of the Kepler R. And I've read some of your comments. You guys want to see how this thing was put together with the pieces, parts. So I'll do that over here. I'm going to go into the ship builder and we'll take a look at this thing. I have it painted black on neon green as the trim, but it still puts out a lot of neon green. You guys can change the colors. Make sure you select all if you're painting your ship. That way you don't have to do individual pieces, parts. And I'll start over with the Nova Galactic cockpit bridge, which is very important. That's the only one that has the two steps. You're going to have to go over to Titan, to the ship builder to pick it up. Next thing I'm going to grab in there is the Stroud Infirmary. I'm going to put that down on the bottom so you can see it connects in the middle on the bottom layer. Next, I'm going to grab the vertical hallway. Now you're going to need to go to Hope Tech to pick this up. That is an important piece that goes in there. And let me see what else I can grab. I won't need that right now. Let me move that out of the way. That's the 1x3. And see if I can reach it. There is the other for the lower level, the vertical hallway. So it's going to look kind of like that. That'll break it up. Hopefully that'll make it so the ladders don't show up. This is where I attached the workshop. That's also Stroud Eklund. Now I can grab a couple of these side pieces. Put that one there. So it's in the second slot on the first module of the infirmary. And then this one slides right in there. There's going to be that one space gap between those and the cockpit. And on the other side, I can grab the battle stations and move that into the same thing. One slot back from the cockpit. So it's a second slot in the infirmary. And this is where I can attach, I'm using the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters because it has a storage unit in there. And a Deimos Armory because it has a storage unit in there. Alright, let's grab the top piece, the 1x3. Put that one on top. And let's see if I can grab the mess hall. Might have to move something. That's a structural piece just to make it look different. And that is the top part. Okay, that was the basic structure. Once you get that, I'm just going to head back to where the engines were attached. These are the SALs, the Slayton. You need to do some of the story parts to get these engines, but the important thing about these is they take 2 power, so you can put 6 of them on there and max out the mobility. I have the reactor and the grav drive hidden underneath here in the back. Because of that, we have an overlay with the mess hall, so that gives us an extra space underneath. I have the auto turrets on the top, 4 of them. And the Helion weapon facing forward. And also on there are the 6 Vanguard projectors. It's a lot of weaponry. Those are just the landing, or the gear you can put underneath. And the one gear I really like also is this particular one. Get it at Nova on Titan from the shipbuilder. Gives 4 thrust. Four thrust is good. It might save you to having to buy an extra gear and try to slap it on there somewhere. Alright, that's basically the build. Those are the storage units. I have 4 of those on there. This used to be shielded. It has a shield jammer on here also, but that part of the gameplay was kind of a little not working correctly. So everything is just storage. No more shielded storage on this, but you can add that if you want. This is just a basic setup or build of how it looks. Give you some ideas. You can change the designs, add some other stuff the way you like. But hopefully, with the base frame, with the modules, that should be a no ladder. It's a pretty big ship. And those engines give it 100% mobility. And that's kind of what it looks like. Alright, I hope that helped out. And let's go, let's just cancel that out, go back to the stats. That's what it looks like. Alright, we moved over to Jemison. Hopefully the weather was going to be a little better. Maybe get some daylight. Take a look at this thing. A little walk through the ship. See this landing bay?
Captain,
entrance.
do you require my assistance?
Make sure you have it on the second slot in the infirmary. If it's too far out front, you're going to end up glitching as you're exiting the ship, and nobody wants that. So just move it back. The game doesn't account for where you spawn. It just puts you right there. From where we enter the ship, we have 4 directions that I can go. I'm going to head over to this side. This is the 2x2, the living quarters. Again, the Stroud Eklund.
It is a beautiful day, huh?
It has a couch. It's well decorated and has lots of space. As you can see, I've added a lot of the portals and windows because there was space for them. It's important, I believe, to be able to look out the ship to see what's going on out there sometimes before you exit. Could be some dangerous planets and moons. Hello, Major? There's just a makeshift storage area, place for the crew to hang out. There's the window portal out the front because I lowered the structure piece to put the turret on there. And as you can see, by sliding it into the second slot for the entrance to the infirmary, it forced the door right here. So, taking the hallway back, this is the hallway vertical piece that connected to the workshop. And that's where I put the docker underneath. You can flip one if you have the slim docker. They have those at Cheyenne, I believe. You can let me know in the comments where those slim dockers are at. I think it's at Cheyenne. Anyway, moving on, that was the workshop. It goes into the single entrance door into the computer room that also has a storage unit. And pretty much just another hangout area for the crew. You might find them repairing or working on the computers back here sometimes. And if you're building this, put as many windows and portals anywhere you can.
Captain.
I'm going to head back into the main hallway. Heading back through the workshop, over the docker, through the hallway piece, over the entrance. And if I go in this direction, we're in the battle stations 2x2 Stroud Eklund. This is what it looks like. It comes with a navigation table, which is kind of like a fast travel tool in this game. You can just go anywhere you want by looking at that thing, clicking a few buttons. That's the view out the front side. You can see, as long as you're not slapping on a bunch of structures on the side, you can have lots of windows and portals. It just comes down to your preference. Alright, headed into the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters. Try to keep that door closed so all the crew stays away. Although sometimes they do wander in here. Alright, I like the Nova Galactic because it has a nice sleeping bay. And it also comes with a storage crate. So this was just a matter of preference. I prefer the storage crate, so we're going with the Nova Galactic back here. You can also add some windows and portals into the captain's quarters. And this is the only entrance that's going to be going into the armory. Private captain's quarters armory. This is the Deimos. It is the Deimos because it comes with a storage unit. If you want the mannequins, that is from the Nova Galactic armory. But this is the Deimos one. And it has some storage areas, lots of places to put your weapons. And we are in the back of the ship, so I'll head back out towards the front. It's nice to have a private captain's quarters. And back to where we entered the ship. I'm gonna head into the medical bay or infirmary. Cut through here. This comes with the pharmaceutical table and a research table or station. And into the Nova Galactic bridge cockpit with the steps to take me to the second floor. It has some pretty decent views out the windows. And there's the cargo and the captain's storage. Alright, being on the second floor, this is the vertical hallway piece that we attached up top. That'll lead into the 1x3. Comes with a small storage place. I slapped some more portals and windows in here. Comes with 2 bunk beds. I like the lighting in here with the little bluish hue. That's very nice. And it comes with a restroom. Always important to have a restroom on the ship. You know why. Alright, there's some faux storage. And back into the mess hall. This piece also came with the original Kepler R. And it's a 2x3 that we slapped on the top and the back. This is overlays outside over the first floor. It overlays over the first floor, so that's where we jammed in the reactor and the grav. And this also comes with a storage unit, and the window did not remove it, so it's safe to have a window here. Lots of available seating for the crew, although I don't think that we'll ever have that many players or NPCs on the ship. This is maxed out for 10, which is 2 more than you need. You only need 8 crew. And this is the mess hall. This room, it could have been used a little better. Maybe they could have jammed some more real storage in here. Oh yeah, and this does come with the cooking station. I think there was a cooking station in the 1x3 also. Headed back through the second floor hallway towards the bridge and the cockpit. Well, let's see this thing take off. It's going to be a night launch from New Atlantis. I'm going to switch the camera view so we get an exterior look at the ship. And let's take it up into space.
All thrusters
Test
firing.
its maneuverability a little bit. Beautiful. Everything is pretty symmetrical on there. Looks good.
There. Stable.
Right, with 100 mobility, you can do loops, loop-de-loops, barrel rolls, attack the pirates from 3 directions at one time. But basically, it's very maneuverable. Has lots of cargo weight and some max weapons. So that's pretty much the Kepler R C-Class rebuild. Hope that helped you guys out. Right, we gotta check out the weapons. Let's go into first person. Check these bad boys out. Alright, we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.